أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم أخرجنا من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمنا بنور الفهم وافتح علينا بمعرفة العلم وسهل أخلاقنا بالحلم واجعلنا ممن يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. اللهم اجعل أعمالنا خالصة لوجهك ولا تجعل فيها حظا لغيرك. وصل اللهم على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. How's everyone today? Just give me a second. Alright, Alhamdulillah. Hope you guys had a nice long holiday and are well rested. Alhamdulillah. But at the same time, I hope that nobody forgot any of this sort of. Okay, so what we're going to do now, inshallah, is this. We decided, myself along with Mullah Khalil, we'll put a pause on Sarf for a while, right? So, we'll continuously do week in and week out just some drills of what we already know in Sarf. Maybe learn some new words. First we'll start off with the words that we know, repeating our scales, learning new words on those scales. But at the same time we're going to do a little bit of like semi-conversational Arabic, right? What that's going to do is, in this series of notes that we have, we've put it into a conversational form, but the words are taken from the Quran. So for the most part it's Quranic vocabulary, right? But being used in a conversational setting. So for example you have, like for example if you look at the page we have pictures there and we have words telling us what those things are. But all of those words or those pictures describe things that are in the Quran. Right? Is that a question? Oh. Right. So how we're going to go about this is, the objective is learning vocabulary and also in some manner learning how we actually verbalize these things in a normal conversation. Right? And using these words in normal conversation. Because actually being able to attach or use these words will give us a greater understanding of what they actually mean. Right? Sometimes they have a general meaning and then in the Quran it has a specific meaning. Like for example, I take the word, I'm just going to think up something now. Al-Qari'ah. Qara'a means to knock. And a Qari' is a thing that knocks. But when I read Al-Qari'atu mal-Qari'ah, it's speaking about a specific thing there, that being Qiyamah. So how do we go from the one general meaning to a specific meaning? Inshallah we'll get into that in due time. But the other thing that it will do is, you see, we want to understand Arabic. We want to understand Arabic. We don't want to know how to translate Arabic. Because you can have some level of translation without having a deep understanding. Right? And it just remains superficial always. So what we're trying to do here is have our minds, and it's difficult because we've lived our whole lives in the English environment, speaking English and just maybe Afrikaans. But what we want to do is, when I think of house, when I say the word house, what appears to your mind? That's the word. Those uncles are really on the next level. Usually if I say the word baytun, you in your mind translate that to a house and then you think of the image of a house. Right? But when I say the word house, you don't do that. And when I say the word huis, you also don't do that. For most people, or those people that know Afrikaans very well, that have grown up learning Afrikaans. When I say, for example, if I might just say the word apple, what came to your mind? An image of an apple. Not necessarily the word apple. Right? So if I must tell you, for example, the word Malik, what comes to your mind? First you think king, and then you actually have the conception of a king. But we don't ideally want that. We want to be able to attach that Arabic word to its meaning directly. Because that's understanding, and not just translation, and then understanding what your English mind attaches to that English word. Right? So, inshallah, learning like this, looking at pictures, will help us with that. That's why you'll see there's pictures all over the place over here, and there's pictures all over the place on the second page as well. So we want to actually attach images to words in our minds, attach concepts to words in our minds. And that's why I already, when we were learning the dictionary, when we were doing dictionary work, remember I told you, when you learn a word, yes, for our exercise point of view, just write down one meaning. But if you actually want to know what a word means, you must read all of its meanings. Because then you get a conception of the word rather than just a translation of that word. Right? So, inshallah, this is going to help us with that. How we're going to do this is like this. Firstly, we'll repeat the stuff a couple of times. I'll say it, you'll say it with me, we'll repeat it a couple of times. We're going to look at this picture here. We're not going to think of the word mosque when I look at this thing. Okay, but that may be easy because we've been using the word masjid like throughout our lives. Anyways, we're going to look at the pictures and we are going to repeat stuff in our minds, and then you guys are going to speak to each other. We're going to break up into our groups. The tutors will be there to help you. Break up into our groups, and then you speak to each other. Ask each other questions. And the objective in you guys asking each other questions, firstly repeating these sentences, and then asking each other questions, is that we want you to have a usable understanding of these words based on understanding. So for example, if I ask Tariq over here, Tariq, هذا مسجد? I don't want Tariq to think, okay, he's asking me, is this a mosque? Yes, this is a mosque. نعم هذا مسجد. We don't want that. We want him to say, هذا مسجد. نعم هذا مسجد لأني, because I see that there's a mosque around me. Not because I'm translating that question and then, you get what I mean. Everybody get what I'm saying? Right, good, alhamdulillah. I flew home late last night from Joburg, so I'm tired. But anyways, Bismillah. Right, so let's start off here. Let's start off first with our surf drills. Bismillah, old school. Everybody, fa'ala. Fa'ala, fa'alu. That was like so soft, man. I'm tired, not you guys. Okay, I'm not tired anymore. Everybody is bivaka. Come, Bismillah, everybody. Say it on for me again, loud. Fa'ala. What does fa'alna mean? How do I say you did? You see? You're supposed to have it on the tip of your fingers. Fa'al, how do I say you did? You one male. You? Fa'alta, right. How do I say they many females did? They. They. Fa'alna, right, not tunna. Fa'alna. Okay. Present tense. يفعل. Never. Right, good. So one more time. يفعل. Yeah. أفعل نفعل. How do I say I am doing? أفعل. How do I say she is doing? How do I say she did? Come on, that's supposed to be the easiest one. فعلت. Okay, so you see there still needs to be revision with that source code, right? And knowing the meaning is like at the tip of your fingers. Okay, let's take one more verb. What word do you want to learn? To write. Kataba. To write is Kataba. Okay, quickly find out for me, how do you say the present tense? You mustn't tell me. You're supposed to pull out your dictionaries. How do you say the present tense? Quick. I just want to see that you remember how to do that. Alzamna, yaktubu, yaktibu, yaktabu. I want to know the real one. Okay, got it? What does it say? There's a U there, right? So it's kataba, yaktubu. Good. So you still remember how to use the dictionary. What does it mean? To write, to pen, to write down, to put down in writing, to note down, to inscribe, to enter, to record, book, eraser. Okay, all very similar meanings. Let's just go with the simple one, to write. So say let's go for me quickly. Kataba, katabu. Good. How do I say she wrote? What's it? Not you, one female, she. Katabat. Katabat. Right. How do I say you, one female wrote? Katabti. So you just think fa'alti, katabti. Okay, good. Present tense? So okay, first everyone, let's go from one more time. Kataba. Kataba. Katabu. Katabat. Katabna. Katabta. Katabtum. Katabti. Katabtunna. Katabtu. Katabna. Present tense? Yaktubu. Everybody. Yaktubu. Yaktubuna. Taktubu. Yaktubna. Now, where you guys going now? Come on. Let's say it again. Yaktubu. Yaktubuna. Taktubu. Yaktubna. Taktubu. Taktubuna. Taktubina. Taktubna. Aktubu. Naktubu. How do I say you many females are writing? Think about it. You many females are writing. Taktubna. Right. What you must also try and do is, right, as part of your revision, yes, you must revise the scales and revise the meanings of the words, but what I believe will actually speed you up is just take note of the differences. Just take note of the differences. So in my mind, I know if I'm working in the past tense, tu means I. Ta means you one male. Ti means you one female. Na means we. Na means many females. Tunna means you many females. Tu means you many males, for example, like that. It doesn't actually mean that, it's not a word in and of itself, but for myself I know I can identify that change with a specific meaning. Such that when I ask you, you many males are doing something, you already think to yourself, tum. I know it must end in tum. And in the first part is standard. Right? So when you revise, try and identify that for yourselves as well. By looking at the word. Okay. Alhamdulillah. So, inshallah, I hope you guys are grappling with that sort. If you have any sort of questions about what we've learned before, don't hesitate to ask, inshallah. So now we're going to move on to this, inshallah. You see, there's no English words in here. The one page says page number 1. This one here says page number 2. We're busy with page number 1. if you look at the back of the page, there's words, there's certain things omitted, words and the meanings, and how many times that word comes in the Quran. Why that is it's just a motivation for you to know that, okay, I'm actually going to use this word. Right? But yeah. We're going to get to that in a moment. Firstly, we're looking at this page number 1. There's no English here, right? Now I'm not. ما هذا؟ هذا مسجد. If I may ask you, what were you saying? Are you sure? How do you know? That's good, mashallah. Are you sure that's what it means? Did you come across that before? No, okay. Alhamdulillah, what you understood is correct. But you learn through experience. I'm not going to translate it for you. ما هذا؟ ما هذا؟ هذا؟ نعم. Should I just speak Arabic? أقول مرة ثانية أسألكم ما هذا؟ You must, okay. كرر بعدي, say after me. Right? ما هذا؟ هذا مسجد. مرة ثانية ما هذا؟ هذا مسجد. نستمر. ما هذا؟ هذا بيت. I want you must look at the pictures, right? ما هذا؟ هذا بيت. Now, we're going to go through all of it. Let's not go through all of it. Next one. ما هذا؟ هذا قلم. مرة ثانية. ما هذا؟ هذا قلم. مستمر. ما هذا؟ هذا كتاب. ما هذا؟ هذا كتاب. ما هذا؟ هذا قلب. Now you're thinking, oh, we could have been so much more simple and just put that other thing here over there. The normal heart. But anyways, ما هذا؟ هذا قلب. ما هذا؟ هذا مال. ما هذا؟ هذا مال. ما هذا؟ Alhamdulillah. Good, get in the picture. Right. Okay, then more stuff that I can ask you yet. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Bismillah. So, if I may just ask, our idea is not to get to English, but I just want to ensure that you understand the right thing. No, I'm not going to ask English. This is now a little bit tricky for me. ما هذا؟ Okay, I'm going to ask you. You just tell me the answer. ما هذا؟ ما هذا؟ ما هذا؟ ما هذا؟ ما هذا؟ Okay, so we're going to first go through all of those. Didn't expect you to know it, but anyways, let's go. Next line. ما هذا؟ هذا سبيل. ما هذا؟ هذا سبيل. ما هذا؟ هذا قمر. ما هذا؟ هذا قمر. ما هذا؟ هذا بحر. ما هذا؟ هذا أجر. ما هذا؟ هذا عذاب. ما معنى عذاب؟ ما معنى عذاب؟ نعم، لكن هذا رجل بشيء متعلق برجله. عذاب is actually a concept. It's like that's not actually adhab. What's being done to him is adhab. But like the image of a guy in toil is the best we could do for the actual concept of punishment, right? ما هذا؟ هذا عذاب. ما هذا؟ هذا نور. Alright, our time for this period is up now. You know, this is like the most simple sentence that you can get in the world, right? So as we go on from here, obviously the sentence will get more complex and harder and turn into questions, etc. But what I want you to do for now is just, if you reverse that page, all of the words that we used are over there, right? With the correct translations and the plurals of words that have plurals in the Quran. Right? Then the last column says here, write from memory. So what I want you to do is just not look at the Arabic side of the page, and then just to jog your own memory, test if you know what it is. Don't look at the Arabic side. If you look at the Arabic side, there's going to be no homework. You're just going to be copying from one side of the page to the other side, right? So don't do that. Come up that side. After learning the words, after learning it from here, revising it on your own, without any English words, then you just check if you do know the equivalent, the meanings of those words, and you write them down in that last column. So not too much homework there. Next week, inshallah, we'll move on to page number 2. Right? And it won't be as simple as ماذا. We're going to ask different questions. Right? But we'll do that next week when we get there, inshallah. We end here for now. Alright. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, please do let me know. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.